Hiya pal, just a quick update before I start. I have added PayPal donations to the channel, the link is in the description, and my Patreon is still running. So if you can spare a few quid, it'll be much appreciated, and you'll be surprised how far a tenner goes in my life, because I'm so fucking tragic. Cheers. Metal Gear Solid 5 was pretty toilet in my opinion, so when I saw Death Stranding for the first time, I had my reservations. Would the budget be wasted on hiring Hollywood talent rather than making a good game like MGS5, or could Kojima do both? Well, happy to say yes, he did both. I really enjoyed Death Stranding, but it is true what other reviewers are saying. Some people will hate this game, and that's fair enough. And even though I liked it, it isn't without its problems, which I will dive into in a bit. So the world is fucked, the Death Stranding blew up most of America, causing the world of the dead and the living to merge, as well as a rain that accelerates aging of whatever it touches. And it's up to your boy Sam, played by Norman Reedus, to reconnect America so they can work together for a better future. Gay. The cast all round are good. It's nice to see actors take a video game seriously and not phone it in because they think it's beneath them. I heard reviews say that Norman Reedus doesn't have much dialogue, but that's bullshit. He has more dialogue in the first 2 hours of this game than Kiefer Sutherland did in the whole of Metal Gear Solid 5. If you're gonna hire these big actors, make use of them, and Kojima definitely has, though whoever told this bint she could act needs shooting. The plot does explain things at a pretty good rate, and I found it pretty engaging. If you have a question, it's going to be answered. Sometimes it can be a little ploddy with the pace, you might be waiting ages for the next story beat, which is fine if you enjoy the gameplay, but if you don't, it's going to be a real grind. When you do get your answers though, it will be explained very thoroughly without any subtlety. For example, a certain character dies at one point, and immediately after you get an email saying, "Wow, that was very symbolic of that ancient Egyptian tale, blah 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 blah. Well done, Kojima, you read some books, we get it." It reeks of either Kojima trying to show how clever he is in a ham-fisted way, or he thinks his audience are idiots who can't figure things out for themselves. Also, there is information and twists you have figured out way before they are actually explained. I mean, when you have a character with such on-the-nose names like Die Hardman and Fragile, it's not hard to see where it's heading. It is true that the majority of this game you are going to be trekking across dodgy terrain, delivering packages. The challenge comes from not falling on your arse, which can be a right bitch if you're carrying lots of gear. Top tip, hold L2 and R2 a lot. Vehicles are an option, but unless roads have been built, then it's a right bum to get across anything. Speaking of building, you can build various structures and rebuild old roads yourself, but other players can also do the same, and they will appear in your world as well. It's a good system that builds a sense of community. You can give likes to stuff you find useful and receive them for stuff you have built, though they aren't really used for anything, it's just there to appease the narcissist within. Seeing a ladder up a cliff you desperately need built by another player is a really good feeling, and some legend built a zipline that took me all the way up this arsehole of a mountain. It's a great system that can really save your arse. You also have to deal with BTs a lot as well. Whilst they can be a bit spooky at first, they become very trivial later on when you get these grenades made of your blood that can kill them in one hit. I found them frustrating at first as well. I didn't realise you had to stay still to see them. I thought the little twat attached to my chest would be able to see them no matter what. So naturally that led me to getting caught, but even then it's not hard to escape and there's no real game over. When you die you can instantly revive with your cargo taking some damage and a massive fucking crater where you died. It's nice to have children not just be an annoying tag-along and an emotional crutch for those of us that have that disease called a maternal instinct, which I don't. There is a 2-hour portion of the game where you have your baby removed and then get sent into areas with BTs. Whoever thought that was a good idea needs a slap across the tits. Then there's the mules. A more apt name would be cunts, because that's exactly what they are. They use such bitch tactics, being able to chuck an electric spear from miles away right in front of you so you have a fit and drop all your stuff or fall right out of your car. Again though, those become pretty much trivial once you get the bowler gun. It's just a one-hit knockout and then you just boot them when they're down. They get a bit more challenging later on when they are armed with ranged weapons. You get guns yourself, but the non-lethal assault rifle takes far too many bullets to bring them down. And if you use lethal methods, then you will have several mini nukes on your hands, so it's just better to bowler gun them in the throat and run away. It can feel like these encounters are there more to waste your time than provide something engaging, and the game wastes your time in other ways too. Every time you deliver something, you have to watch this mini cutscene of Sam putting it all on the conveyor and watching it trundle along. Same goes with every time you go into your private room, shower, piss, shit, encounter BTs and fast travel. Yes, you can skip them, but it's still self-indulgent bollocks. The gameplay got me in a relaxed trance quite a lot though. There's some excellent use of music at points. I really got into Low Raw's music after this game, which is always nice. It also looks amazing. The terrain can be jaw-dropping at points with some amazing views, and the motion capture is smashing. You can even see the moles on Norman Reedus' face. Why do women find him a sex symbol? He's fucking ugly. Death Stranding is a difficult one for me. There's games out there that I can recommend to everyone, but with this, it's an acquired taste. If you're into games that make fun in the mundane, like No Man's Sky, Euro Truck Simulator and so on, you might get something out of this. It's a game that could have really done with a demo for people to try before they buy. I enjoyed it though, and will carry on playing this after to finish the story, because this game has one, unlike Metal Gear Solid 5.
Tripping through 2 dimensions, up on the moon.